I'm always one of those people who, hey, whoever the company is, but especially Apple, don't give it to us until it's ready, right? And
Right.
and so therefore, if they don't feel it's ready, yeah, it's better to suffer the brief beating that you get from saying something will be here and then putting it all over the website and then pulling it back again. And I do feel that folks have been a little unfair, in that, yeah, I mean, they did give us something, right? Not
Hmm.
everything that it should have been. And hey, is that better than giving us something that was a complete disaster? I guess, there's that side that says Siri was never that great to begin with. Could it really have been any worse? But I mean, I'll take what I've got. I have been using some of the stuff on the Mac, for example.
Like what?
Like the writing services have been pretty good.
Okay.
Especially for folks like ourselves, where it's like, okay, give me a quick summary of this document for podcast notes and things like that, right? I'm not expecting miracles, and I feel it was okay. But
Hmm.
I think it was the fact that it was really kind of sold to us as, hey, this is really going to bring your iPhone, your watch, those other platforms to life in a whole new way. And it sort of didn't. You know what I mean?
I mean, the iPhone 16, that was a selling point.
Yeah. And
I had the
I,
clip
yeah.
of Snoop and Jason Mahomes trying to sell you an iPhone 16 with AI. Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they really pushed it.
Yeah. And you're right. I mean, I don't think that those folks out there, who are putting these, lawsuits together about, hey, I bought this because of this and it didn't happen. It's kind of like, we all know Apple's got a lot of lawyers. Good luck with that,
Right.
But, because there is that thing of, well, they made you want to have it, but they didn't force you to get it. They just made you want it, which is what Apple
Right.
is excellent at, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Um. Yeah, it seems like it's a big hurdle for them to get where every. I don't know what tools you use, but I've been using Claude and
Yep.
um Cursor quite a bit, and they're a great fit. I don't I don't know how Apple is going to be able to compete with that. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost feels like too late in a lot of ways um for them to get into that space.
It
Now
does.
there's
Yeah.
rumors that they're going to provide SDKs for some models, but I don't know. I'm kind of like, we'll see. Also, will we get it in the version 0, or will we have to wait till version 2 and yada yada? You know how this stuff goes
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. We never get anything in version 0. Version 0 is just it's like the placeholder for the installer, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I agree with you. Apple has to get it right next time, is what it comes down to in simple terms. And it's interesting because you mentioned about the SDKs. I was thinking about this the other day. Is this Apple's way of saying, you know, we couldn't deliver so far on the promise, but if we open it up, we're kind of sharing that responsibility with the developers, right?
right.
Maybe you can do it better than we can, which I feel like is kind of a smart thing.
I mean, that's
And
what they should do at this point.
yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, because I'm with
Right,
you. I don't think they'll catch up with everybody else. They certainly won't, go speed ahead of everybody. Not now. But
right,
the best they can hope for is to catch up and continue to use their platforms to push their services, right? Which is what it
right.
comes down to.
Yep, yep, yeah. And we know, like, they've been doing a lot with private cloud compute. They talked about that actually at the Riverside Swift conference and how
Yeah.
that's a big deal. So I'm curious to see how they might let developers plug into that and be able to take advantage of it.
I think
So,
that is the one area where Apple does have a better chance than anybody of, you know, going ahead, sort of getting ahead of everybody else in the sense of maybe I was going to say marketing spin should be, your privacy still comes first.
Right.
Yeah.
That has been a big selling point that they've tried to spearhead. So it'd be nice to see them stick with that.
Absolutely. I mean, I'd use them. If they'd have, I was all excited to use these services and that. And like I say, I've not been disappointed with what I got, just that I didn't get everything I was kind of hoping for.